Monday Night Dice. That's the day.
I still like something Transylvania. Piss off, you wanker. Take off, you hoser.
All right. Hello, everyone.
That'll just be Nick's voice. Hey, you got a lot of monsters coming around these spots. Hey, don't you?
Oh, God. I would think I would murder you.
I think he could use a nice brewski, don't you?
I think you could use a new character. Here, let me roll you up one.
I've got spares. I really like the idea of the Order of the Scribe Wizard.
We have reserves already.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be, oh, God! Oh, jeez, no!
You wouldn't even make it past the first episode. I would drop everything on you.
Like, please shield me, guys. Help.
Nope.
I need to be saved.
You have what we in the industry call a hate sink. For some reason, all the monsters just want you in particular dead.
Oh, come on, Quinn. Why don't you like me? You gotta be such a bully. You
Yep.
knocked my shoes off, and you broke my glasses.
Yep. That's what I do. So, hello, everyone. Welcome. Let's try
10
this
minutes
one
in.
more time. One more time.
From the top.
Okay, well, let's... Oh, gee. Oh, jeez. Okay.
It's tie time.
It's tie time, apparently. Thank you for that.
Does it have to be silver?
No, I want the Silver Moon one.
Well, that one's not here. So...
Do you even have a silver one on there?
Not at the current. I don't know where it went, but, you know.
You monster, give me my points back.
Nope. You have enough.
No, I could change it.
But I wanted the Silver Moon one.
But he doesn't have it, so it's gonna be something different.
Oh, God. What are we doing? Should I even bother putting on the tie?
Yes. All of them simultaneously.
Pasta! Yes. Why, thank you for your patronage. It has been a
Pasta.
Has it? Pasta. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. You were just waiting for me to put it on first.
Well, I didn't actually see you put it on. I thought you
Okay.
were still looking for a tie.
No, I need to find a place to hang these, to be honest. That's like accessible but not like terrible.
You could probably string like a wire.
Probably.
A world to call my own? Oh, is that... Wait, what is that? Final Fantasy 6?
No, that's it.
That's it. Oh, Civ 6.
Yeah. But here we are. Again.
That's not how you spell Azeroth.
I don't know, but I gotta remove it anyway.
Because you're not going to do it.
I can't do it.
Oh. Toaster doesn't do it?
Toaster doesn't do it. My hardware doesn't play WoW.
You need another computer.
Well, yeah.
Okay, buy you another computer.
No.
Eventually, yes.
Oh, God.
If you go halfsies on it, sure.
Sure, I'll go halfsies with you.
Alright.
It helps me not have to foot the whole bill.
Yeah, same, actually. My current
Okay,
setup was to foot the whole bill.
And I've already been giving advice on hardware.
Yes, he is. I've recruited all your friends into this.
What the fuck is this conspiracy? Anyway, welcome to our new D&D campaign. Where we're starting a good, fresh level 1 game. Because, hey, let's get everybody involved. Why not? We hope you will enjoy our play. Okay, this mouse goes over here. This over here. You both have mice now.
I'm still gonna be moving him.
There we go, because I don't need to necessarily hear it twice. I'll just have to
my
chat.
kitty.
I
Shut up and go away.
What about your titty?
I mean, that too.
That's not what I said!
Titty, kitty, whatever.
Do
Same
I need
difference.
To pull the beard?
Huh?
Do I need to pull the beard?
I mean, you might, but please don't.
I'll fight you.
In other words, behave.
I don't have to.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, well,
You're a child.
You don't behave.
all of us are childs. That's why we're here playing this very adult game.
Only when the strippers and blow get involved. And booze. Speaking of which.
I'm not drinking.
I put all my booze away.
Well, I actually have some over here. I just don't have a glass.
Just take the shots and you'll be fine.
You know, don't tempt me.
Oh God.
You'll
Anyway.
end up with a redecorated couch.
Oh no.
So let's start this.
Let's do this. So.
Been depressed enough to drink just a bottle of gin once before.
Oh, that sounds awful.
That's also awful.
My-
like gin and a martini.
Mine was Southern Comfort 100 proof. So, tonight's endeavors take us into the Arachime Valley. To people not of said valley, it is known as the Darkwood, a secluded and cut off place from the world where rumors of darkness and strange creatures are prevalent. Only recently has there been any contact from the outside world, from the outside world into the valley. The one line of communication that the outside was silent for years now. And a persistent blockade of dead and derelict ships had prevented the knights, the priests, the paladins of Fordering's Crossing to make the journey, to gain any headway into, well, to press into and see why.
Holy rollers don't belong here.
That works.
Can't even see my token. You'll just see it on my character when it shows up.
Yep, pretty much. Well, no, because you're rolling regular dice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but whatever.
Control a token.
Just before the convergence happened, a great celestial event that plunged the world into darkness for, well, some would say days, some would say weeks, some would even say months. Time got a little finicky when not even the light of the stars nor moon shone across the land. Just before then, the individuals of Fordering's Crossing had struck a great victory with the help of a relatively, we'll say, eclectic group of adventurers who curried favor with a foreign king. Talks with the people just inside the Arachime Valley had begun in earnest, though. There we go.
I forgot about that.
If Fluffy has to be,
You're
an
a
icon.
fucking lolly.
But it was a week or two after the darkness had finally lifted, when a man of the Manif Tal had come from Richter's Harbor. He told tale of the state of the contact city just inside the Dark Wood. That the Lady of Borisov was holding on to the city, but going was tough because her and what few outlanders she had at her disposal were stretched thin trying to keep the city from monsters and even just aggressive wildlife. Your assemblage has been called upon to return, well, specifically, oh my god, the name, I will learn them. Faisana. You were called upon to act as a forward into the valley, taking along a mage who called himself Nick, your contact who has been going back and forth into the valley.
Okay.
Along the...
That would be me.
That would be you.
I am Nick.
Taken along with you is a woman by the name of Sybil.
Pandemic.
A machinist
Oh.
who has claimed to have personal business within the valley. And the three of you move onward. Your trip across the Mirrored Sea is uneventful, save perhaps several spots of old wreckage that have yet to be cleared out along the way. It takes you...
Suddenly cat.
Yeah, it takes you about 3 days of careful navigation of these wrecks to make it to the harbor, which is more of a small port where you change from a large supply ship to a skiff that has taken you in in a riverway moving through the mountains. Shortly thereafter, about a day's travel, you exit the mountains into a large lake. Okay. I suppose we don't need to be zoomed in that much.
Ah, good news, everyone. We found the map.
You found the map.
So, Richter's Harbor or
Richter's
Borisov?
Harbor is where where you parted from the main cargo ship.
Ah.
And began the skiff ride up in through basically a winding mountain tunnel. A day later, it opens out into a vast lake, and the air here is certainly got its chill. It almost seems that a prevalent fog hangs over the lower boughs of the trees. To some of you, this is a familiar sight, a sight of home. Others, a warning of the dangers that come. But you do see the castle city of Borisov.
Ah, home.
Though it is not directly home to any of you here. Nick, it is a place that you are familiar with.
Yeah, I frequent it.
You've been moving about the area as one of the representatives of the Man of Tau. Your induction is fresh, and you are still on, well,
Probationary period.
that's the word I was looking for, yes. You've gone through your years of study, and you've visited some of the great houses. This one drew your attention because it had just recently reached your ears that the potential of survivors from the family line have emerged. You were able to confirm this as a Lady Sonia has taken up residence back in her ancestral home. However, the news is dire, and there is no more than 24 living souls within the city walls.
Oh, that's not good.
Sonia, her companion Michelle, and a small retinue of rangers loyal to the house have only just recently taken back the grounds from a swathe of undead.
Was there for that.
Yes, you were. You hail from far to the east side of the valley, in the capital no less, where the Men of Tal have set up a research outpost. Not even so much a research outpost, but a point of contact. Something that you can make a note of is that you have an insignia medallion of the Man of Tal that has your name inscribed in runes. This marks you as a member of this order, and also allows you a travel stipend, as it were. The magics contained within this medallion work with the...
TAL? For Tau?
Yes. The magics in this will allow you once per month to transport to another Man of Tal field post, or basically where they have their structures set up.
I suppose that only works for me.
It is a pass for you.
Get out of jail free card, possibly.
The enchantment basically recharges its energies passively, and it takes a month for them to recharge.
That's fair. Have I used it recently?
You have used it to... The magic has charged itself by now. However, you do know that the only points of access are in Targa Vista, the capital, as well as a place called Insteer, which is on the far western place in a region known as the Barrier Hills.
Right.
And you also know of the one at the Man of Tal main isle.
Right. He has set up some more fly points.
Well, you have to gain access to some.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to your waypoint system.
Basically.
For lack of a better term.
It works.
It does work, and it's one of the many benefits that come with induction to this order. Come on, get up here. There we go. Borisov is as close to you can say to a ghost town as possible. With the three of you present, the number still does not reach 30. Though upon reaching the shores, 30 might have been less than 30. When they say that there's less than 30 living bodies in the city, it becomes apparent to you that that number is specifically chosen. As you've seen a small supplementary force, it seems, here, consisting of these marble autonomous creatures.
Constructs?
They are human-sized constructs.
And they move.
They do move, but they are stationed at distant but regular points along the city walls.
War sculpted.
Is there one there where we're entering?
As you are the points here, it seems there is a couple stationed at the main gates, and then several along the walls.
I, being a man of Tau, introduce you to the man of Marble.
I want to go up and investigate it.
You would.
Passing by it, they are not quite exact, but they have a slight deletion flair to them.
Really?
Yes, it's not quite the same style as the deletion centurions, but they certainly have a kind of air about them as such. They have large shields strapped to one arm and a spear in the other.
Spartans.
Curious.
They look vaguely like centurions, but they are made out of marble, of rather pristine shape, handsomely chiseled, and they only move slightly, acknowledging your presence inward.
Okay, with my background and everything, would I know if these things would talk to me?
You can make a check for your Arcana.
I have a sneaky suspicion they don't, but go ahead.
I can't remember what I got about that. So. I'm a curious sort.
You know what I'm going to do? I am going to just... 19? If these things can speak, it's not in a traditional fashion. They don't seem to have, like moving mouths or... They seem to be autonomous.
They speak in ASL.
But... how to say more... remote.
Okay.
These they're not free roaming, insofar as they seem to lack a will of their own.
Okay. So I can't talk to them. That's fine. I'll leave the robot man alone.
Not until you learn binary.
Beep, boop, beep, boop,
Do you
beep.
speak marble?
Pulls out chisel and hammer.
Oh no.
Maybe they are into percussion languages. They'll just bap you back.
Yep. From here, you spend a couple of days getting to know the pulse of the city. For others, just who have been away from these lands for years, getting caught up with the goings on. Your curiosity directs you. You learn to understand that there is a single individual controlling the Centaurians, and they are currently keeping themselves in the castle.
Ah, I believe I know this fella. He refers to himself simply as Tim.
No. But as far as the oh god, names still always
yay. You
always
actually
name.
showed my picture.
Yeah, no one else can see it right now though.
Aw.
Faizana, you have met up with a paladin of the Silver Lanterns here. Basically someone you're keeping in contact with, who will act kind of as your superior during your stay here.
Okay.
The paladin is well-mannered. A slightly stern individual, but almost because he seems to have a weight placed upon him and a duty to perform. He is, however, slightly less, we'll say, rigid than the people at Fort Iscariot that you've had to train under. The two of you
Okay.
are doing well enough to start. But then again, he is still an authority for this.
Does he have a name?
Yes, he does have a name. The paladin's name is Vantis Laurentier III. And he's basically lightly escorted you around the grounds for the last couple of days, getting you, in particular, familiar with where the market quarter is, where the common houses and the like. He's also shown you around their Godswood, located kind of in the heart of the city, and standing upon the enormous tree at the center of a small lake.
Okay.
You start hearing, I suppose you could say, reports of creatures more drawing close to the city, and a lot of the rangers who go around say that it's normal, but it puts everyone kind of on a high alert.
Okay.
2 days ago, the woman traveling with the two of you set off to dispose of this went to go and see, we'll say, about this group that was coming near. Two days with no word. The paladin takes the two of you and moves to find what happened to this woman. Another day of travel, scouting around, has led you to a clearing. Where you find an individual sitting on what appears to be a upturned rock next to the form of your companion, of the girl, with a bit of a grin on his face that turns dour when your approach is noticed. Annoyed with the interruption, he waves a hand almost casually as a group of shambling corpses make their way from behind trees with intent to intercept you. And I need to get on the right screen for once. Hey, how about that?
Oh no.
And that is where we shall begin ourselves.
Question. Do I need to... Is it to be assumed that I have already made preparations as for traveling defensively? Or do I still need to do
it's
so?
reasonable to assume if you have long-term defensive
Yes.
capacity that they would be prepared.
Okay.
So yes, you can have mage armor.
Yes, that's specifically what I am inquiring about.
Always assume on an adventuring day that you have taken your precautions.
That leaves me with one free first level.
Spell tax.
Kind
Hey,
of spell text.
Spell tax it is, but if I didn't want to have that spell tax, I would make a goddamn dragon sword.
That's true. Or a warlock.
Or an eldritch knight. And it's not bad spell tax. The majority of my gimmick is all rituals, so...
So, if I could have your blood pressures, gentlemen.
I am using the somewhat smoky dice.
Ooh. Smoky indeed.
Smoky dice. Watch them roll shit.
Roll good, please.
That's a 6.
6.
That's a good way to start. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one who's slow.
Ah, yes. Okay. So apparently... Alright. Well, maybe we'll just do that and have you roll off those...
Oh, good heavens.
Money.
Oh, did you get a 9 too?
What?
What'd you get for initiative?
I don't think I'm allowed to roll.
So are you unconscious?
So we begin with the paladin, who takes up his sword, his shield.
Doing a lot better than my paladin.
Vantis is kind of a badass, if I remember correctly.
And immediately charges the head vampire. Just in fact,
Don't think he's quite as badass as his brother, but
don't tell him that. But drawing his blade, he charges inward. Mrs. Fizana, I will take on this creature. Make for sure you don't get surrounded. And leaps inward and begins his clash. Okay.
Immediately murders bad guy off the bat.
He is the white dice.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Immediately murders guy off the bat.
Immediately rolls a 20.
Ah, I wish I had a drink now.
Okay, so that is... I got it. And... What is that?
All the damage.
Yeah, kind of all the damage.
Smite
And
him at the same time. Just do it. Do it all.
why do you think I'm having a hard time with the numbers?
Guy just explodes.
I'm sorry, but when a paladin crits, you better goddamn well be sure that he's smiting.
If he's not on your side.
Kind of.
Really.
He's not really on. He may not
Paladin
be.
is sus.
He might not be not. He might not be on your side. He might not be completely not on your side. Could just be lazy. You never
It's not
know.
that kind of paladin.
He's not that. Yeah, I'm not. I'm a paladin that doesn't smite. Does not happen.
That's an interesting way to draw.
I'm just doodling.
That's an interesting way to doodle.
2, 3, 4, 5.
It's been a long time since I've drawn with actual pencil. It's really weird.
Oh yeah, you're tabletist.
Different artist. That's the right term.
Tabletist. Tabula rasa.
I do tablet magic.
1, 2.
I mean, I think that's essentially what a techno mage would be, is a tablet wizard.
Maybe.
I assault you with my iPad.
Kind of. So, yeah, he just hauls off and draws back his sword, which takes on an emerald white glow, and
Oh, I love this part.
carves into this thing, driving the creature to its knees before it stands up and strikes out at him. Wait, wrong dice. Oh God.
Another crit?
No, the vampire rolled an anti-crit though.
Oh, so that means it provokes another hit from the paladin. Crit
The vampire
again.
doesn't
Do
want
it.
to live.
Apparently the vampire has just been absolutely rocked by the blow that it was dealt. Shock apparent on its face.
I mean, crit smite. I would be shocked too.
Yeah.
I think he's given up on life.
a little bit. But just kind of staggers and limply claws at the paladin, who rears back and taking another slash, but the vampire jumps to the side.
Dang. Zambos.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, they're 28 day later zombies. Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah!
As the zombies come shambling up to you. They can do no more.
I say no to that nonsense.
Well, you can say no to that nonsense.
Back off, ruffian. You sir are uncouth.
Faisana.
Well, aren't exactly allowing me to do what I want to do, so they will pull their rapier and dagger and go for a fun time.
Are you a swash?
You don't know.
I just didn't think you made a rogue. That's why I was like, wait, what?
We'll find
I'm
out
supposing that's a miss.
No. That does in fact hit the corpse.
Yeah, zombies
not very dexterous, these things.
I think it's like an 11 or a 10 for them.
And is it dagger? Ha ha ha, get fucked.
And you stab the shit out of it. Are you not including your proficiency with that attack?
I am not including my damage because I don't have 2-weapon fighting. Or my dex.
Your dex? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I do not.
Oh,
Do
that's
not have
that's to the damage. Okay, yeah, not to the hit.
Yeah.
Yes. So for another 8 points. Okay. Showing no fear at this thing's approach to you, you quickly draw your blades, stabbing the corpse straight through the chest with your rapier, then bringing in with kind of like a backwards hook, shoving the blade deep inside the thing's jaw, barely missing its spinal column in the back of its head.
I dubbed the spinal tap.
Almost.
Oh, damn it. That's not PHP.
No, that was
Nick.
not even one of those.
Well. I do not like what this man is selling, no.
Is it NIC or NICK?
It's an ICK.
Okay.
Well. Oh, it is an attack roll. I did write it down. Well, I do believe I'm going to give him a chilly touch.
To Zambo?
Yes. And I might as well do the one that's already significantly injured. So, Phaedra?
Faisana?
Donna.
Faisana can swivel her cute ass over here. That's a 19 on the die.
19? Alright.
So 25 to hit.
Alright, that hits.
And I don't believe I add my modifier to the attack, so it's just a straight D8.
What modifier? What?
I don't believe I add my spell modifier to the damage of
No,
the attack.
not to the damage.
That's a special feature that I don't have. That would be 7 points necrotic.
7 points necrotic. Alright.
Yeah.
What is that? That is...
Faizana, I do declare that our associate did mention us to not get surrounded. That appears to be happening. Without our will.
On it.
You reach out and claw at, kind of rake your hands across this thing, and it shatters backwards and falls, I would say, lifelessly to the ground, but without motion.
Just kind of comes undone.
Yes, the binding comes undone. It missed its saving throw by fucking 1. It's supposed to be goddamn dramatic.
It's because Strawlin's not here.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, fuck it. We're done.
Oh yeah, I need to start doing that on the other one.
The paladin and the vampire continue to clash. Whereas, given the moment of your distraction, Nick,
course.
the zombie rakes at you. What is your armor?
16.
16. Well, it rolled a 17.
Oh, fuck you.
For the maximum 7 points of damage.
Ouch.
As it just takes you and just starts crushing at your
Ah!
at your pale wizardly body.
Get this thing off of me, it hurts.
Faizana.
All right. Well, since that one's been dealt with, we will move over here. Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I can totally get into the flanky position.
Please, for the love of God, stab the shit out of it.
I will try.
Yay! Yay! That's a lot of
Yay,
damage, actually.
indeed. Both hit for a resounding 13 points of total damage.
That is all for me.
Okay. Stabby, stabby.
Mm-hmm.
Their foot looks bent kind of at a weird angle.
It probably is. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, Nick. You've been clawed the fuck at.
I do believe I have to teach this creature its place, and I choose to mind sliver it.
Int save
I believe it's an int save.
for...
14.
Well, this is the smartest goddamn zombie in life.
Well, fuck off with your shit.
So, you said what, 15?
14.
14. Alright. It rolled a 16
Yeah.
total
Yeah.
with its natural 20.
Yeah.
So it only barely still made it.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was pretty stupid. I'll try it again regardless next turn.
Anything else you would like to do with yourself?
Huh?
That was a stupid lucky roll.
It was a stupid lucky roll.
There's been a lot of 20s tonight.
Already, yeah.
None of them on my side.
A little better.
So, anything more out of you?
No, that's my action, and I hate to try to provoke from this motherfucker.
Well, you're provoking it enough.
I would say my friend would be provoking it. He'd stab the shit out of it.
Yes.
You would hope.
I mean, it did attack you, but yes, it being rocked by the blades, it turns on its heels and tries to bite at Faizana. What is your armor?
17.
Yeah, that's getting nowhere near it.
Sure. Only 1 point higher. Nowhere close.
Hey, when it rolls a grand total of a 7,
I know.
it's not hitting shit.
When I have to basically beg, steal, and borrow for my armor class, I always get hit. But when I have plenty, it's just like, no, not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's exactly how it does. Faizana.
I'll attempt this stabby again.
Cat, can you not? Really? Really?
For Prince.
Yeah, Prince.
Yep. Sounds about right. The
No
thing...
longer wanted.
The zombie teeters and almost collapses, but remains on its feet. As it continues to try and tear at you. Getting close, but I am the view. It takes its jabs and swipes at you, but you are able to fend it off with the flat of your blade,
Nice.
bringing it to your turn.
Whose turn?
Faizana.
I thought that's just what you just did.
Yeah, I just stabbed it.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah,
12 points.
yes. Look, my brain is half here. Doge, it is your
Mind
turn.
sliver, bitch.
Mind sliver. 11.
That's not gonna make it, so now I get to do my damage. D4?
Mind sliver is a D6.
Oh, nice. That's a 6.
All right, 6 damage.
Yeah,
I see.
6.
All right, so it's got 2,
And its save is baned.
which is interesting because its next saving throw is the one trying to keep itself up.
Yep, exactly.
That's pretty.
That's
nuts.
why I did that. And what is it, a D4 subtract?
Oh, I rolled them both.
So max on both?
Maximum on both.
So that's enough to kill it.
A natural 20 on its save and -4 on its Bane roll.
Yeah.
So 16 plus con, still a 19.
Alright, that's enough to make it. 'Cause I
It
think
makes
it's
it.
a 10.
It reels, and you see the gelatinous ichor start pouring from the various wounds it suffered as it hemorrhages what can only be imagined as vital.
It was worth a shot. The most resilient goddamn zombie I've ever seen.
Yeah. And it looks like the paladin is struggling slightly in the moment with the vampire.
It's okay, we're struggling in the moment with the zombie.
Yeah. But but the vampire seems to be weakening regardless. The zombie continues to thrash about at the two of you to no avail.
Yay. Well, stab it and try to make it fail, and I'll try to mind fuck it again.
Fail your save, fucker!
Yes, you firmly plant the blade in the rapier inside of its skull, and with a spasm, it
Snap off the
drops.
tip. Ah.
Very, very good. I like this.
You didn't even need to dagger it.
Yeah,
Not
but it's
even a
free,
dagger.
so might as well. Not like I can do anything with that bonus action elsewise.
Bonus action me a lollipop or something. I'm not doing so healthy.
Did you get hit?
I got hit. I got
Oh.
hit for nearly all my hit points.
He got kind of crippled.
Yeah. I
am
assisted
losing
you
my mind.
and promptly got, like, back squeezed.
Give us a hug.
Like, that was something vital. I have a reason to talk like this.
Yeah, well, after stabbing the thingy, she will move a few feet and pull her longbow to assist the paladin.
Nick,
Attempt a mind sliver on that guy.
Oh no. You're gonna get the vampire's attention?
I mean,
Such a brave onesie.
he might save, and then just nothing happens.
oh, but he'll know.
Oh, he'll know.
Okay, fine. Get fucked, apparently.
So take the damage.
It rolled a 10.
Alright, there it is. Roll the 6 right here. That's a 4.
The vampire's not gonna be happy with you.
Nope. And its
They-
next and its next save is Bane
Yay! Against paladin shit.
against paladin shit.
I mean, that's kind of my purpose. I'm the researcher and supporter.
The momentary distraction as the vampire acknowledges you as a thing that exists causes it to lose just enough focus for the paladin to plant his blade firmly inside the chest of this creature.
Turn on.
No, the blade has been steadily glowing the entire time. And with that thrust, you see the kind of the irises, the whole of the eyes kind of fill with blood. And with a hiss, you see it discorporate into a flurry of bats
Ah, fuck.
and begin to scatter in all directions.
Vantis, I don't believe you killed it.
You see him, you just kind of... He doesn't directly acknowledge you, but he does kind of lift his shield arm up, and several of these scattering bats evaporate as a blast of divine light erupts.
Do you use solar flare?
Sacred flame.
Oh, even better.
But the remainder of the creatures scatter. Leaving you elsewise alone in the field.
Is the lady alright?
Moving up, you...
Roll initiative now, fool.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm scared.
We go train on her.
Oh no. That's bad.
Hey, quest reward. Giggity.
Your tenure is revoked.
That's okay. I could always get tenure again.
No.
What?
They've taken away your library card.
Oh, not my library card. I need that for reasons.
It's like the biggest punishment you can give a wizard.
Yep, pretty much.
Right.
The woman lying on the ground is, well, pale.
Yeah, she was a juice box.
Crudely put, but not inaccurate. She definitely looks to be drained. And inspection reveals kind of the worst of your fears. That there is no sign of life in this woman.
Oh, well, roll a new character.
That's why I brought the empty character sheet.
Like, I'm going to spend the rest of this time.
Wow.
You know, it
Talk
was,
about get fucked. It's like,
it was-
so you weren't even introduced. You worked on your backstory all that time. And then we start the game and you're like, oh, by the way, you're dead.
You guys didn't finish the combat in enough rounds and she bled out.
Yeah. What? I tried. What do you want from me?
Between you and the paladin, the rolls weren't with you.
I thought the paladin was doing fucking awesome.
That initial hit was great, but
Considering he boot stomped the shit out of the vampire like 2 turns.
well, the first crit was huge, but then I was just rolling the d20s
Against each other.
against
yeah.
each other to see how the fight was turning out. It was getting there.
Like, finish her.
What?
I said, finish her.
The paladin looks down, kind of.
Oh, I suppose he could just like lay a hands at you or something. I don't know. Maybe you're not dead enough.
It's quite clear that she has been drained completely.
Oh.
She is dead. You are looking very much at a corpse.
Paladin has raised dead, maybe? Well, let's at least take her back someplace to get her buried. Or something.
The expression on the paladin is remorseful, but that is a child.
Cool.
That is a child.
Because of course
Can we
it is.
pretend it's just sirens?
I mean, we can. I don't know how well.
Well, if it
that'll
is a
work
child,
out.
can you bring back a player's handbook on your trip?
I've got a player's handbook here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Prince, you have to move. I know you just got comfortable, but...
Did we turn off all the lights in the?
I don't think so.
Good. That should keep her in the room.
Which way am I gonna be able to go?
Probably this
your
way.
That way.
Ow. Ow. Stay a while and listen.
Are you gonna continue without me? Should I take?
Oh no. We will wait for.
We could talk for a bit. I'll work on the things I've been meant to work on, and we'll wait till you get back. Because we're kind of concerned whether you actually be alive or dead. Seems pretty dead at the moment.
Seems kind of deadish.
Kind of deadish. Stick a fork in her. She's done. Alright, so for the things
I was thinking those zombies were actually going to cause more of a problem.
They caused a pretty big problem for me. I have 2 hit points left.
But then Critty McCrit, like Stabby McStab over here.
What?
You.
What about me?
Murderizing all the
on
things.
The zombies, thank God. Because if I took another hit, I would have been just fucking. It's like, that's okay. I didn't want to participate in the combat anyway.
Just proof that low levels and dual wielding mix pretty well for a player.
Even without the fucking modifier to the offhand. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's just a lot of good incoming damage. But then again, you are fighting something that has an 8 armor class.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
miss.
if you were, say, taking that shenanigans to like the paladin, not so much.
Oh yeah, no. That's a big no, dog.
That's a no for me, dog.
It's a no from all of them. Paladin's got freaking insane armor.
Okay, so rapier, longsword, or any simple weapon. Well, I do like the rapier, and I am a Dexy fuck.
Axe and rapiers usually go nicely together.
A diplomat's pack or an entertainer's pack? That's actually a tough call. What's the difference?
I don't know. I think entertainers comes with some costumes and stuff.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Diplomats, I do not know.
Okay, so diplomats includes a chest, 2 cases for maps and scrolls, a set of fine clothes, a bottle of ink, an ink pen, a lamp, 2 flasks of oils, 5 sheets of paper, a vial of perfume, sealing wax, and soap.
Sounds very wizardy.
An entertainer's pack includes a backpack, bedroll, 2 costumes, 5 candles, 5 days trails rations, a water skin, and a disguise kit.
The fuck kind of wizard are you?
No, it's Bard. But considering that the diplomat's pack doesn't come with food, I might go with the entertainer's pack.
Admittedly, if it's an option, just take the adventurer's pack on like every character because it comes with all the essentials.
Well, yeah,
Pretty
explorer
much,
and
yeah.
or adventurer, yeah. It's usually a toss-up between the explorer and the dungeoneer. Because they come with a lot of the stuff you need, but the explorer is actually meant for, like, you know, staying out at night, whereas the dungeoneer is just like, oh, we're just going to pop off to the crypt and then come back for a sandwich.
Yeah.
Because they both got, like, rations and water skin and shit, but only the explorers actually has the bedroll and the mess kit. Whereas the dungeoneer has, like, your crowbar, hammer, pythons, tinderbox. They both have a fuckload of rope. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go with the diplomat's pack. She's not that kind of bard.
You said you have a 16 armor normally?
With mage armor. 13 otherwise.
Spell DC was 14?
Yes.
What is your passive perception?
Oh, that's a good question. 14.
14.
Yeah, because I don't have... I have a high wisdom, but my... I don't have a proficiency perception.
Okay.
Loot or any other mention... Well, loot is always usually my go-to.
Okay.
Leather
You are
armor
making
and
a
dagger.
bard?
Huh?
You are making a bard?
Yeah, my original soul knife, I actually decided I was going to bard it instead.
Oh,
For the rumors game. The rumors game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Talking about bard and mage armor, and I'm like, the fuck? This makes no sense.
It's the most unique kind of bard, a wizard bard. Enter Bladesinger.
That's what my wizard in that game is gonna be.
Which I am actually looking forward to you pulling, or it's like doing that, because like I saw some interesting things with it.
Blinks
Aside
and,
from the identity crisis.
Blinks and Gowan.
blazing down.
I've wanted to
Bard
try
wizard.
it. I've wanted to try the Blade Singer for the longest time, but I didn't have the book that it's in and didn't feel like
Sorry.
Googling it every fucking time.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm gonna have to do for my psionic soul.
And I know
'Cause
they
it didn't
made
make it.
and I know they made some changes to it in Tasha's. I don't know what they were exactly, but fuck it, I'm just gonna do it.
It
So
still
what was
looked pretty good
what
in
was the
Tasha's, to
damage
be
there?
honest.
I have no idea. She tried too hard. I
It
got
got
her
so
calmed
far.
down and got her some water and blew her nose and put her back to bed. So,
So she's unconscious now. Good.
hopefully.
Did you turn off all the lights?
No.
Dang.
Out as conscious as Sybil.
Thanks.
More of a pulse than Sybil.
That's true.
It's quite true.
Okay.
In
so
fact,
I'm ready to find out.
Are you sure you're ready to find out? I think you're ready to find out.
but yes, Vantis looks on her with mixed remorse and annoyance.
I've already annoyed
Just like,
somebody.
oh, she's dead. Fuck, she's dead. God damn it. I have mixed feelings of remorse and annoyance.
This was
Pretty much strictly annoyance.
a deep breath. He'll turn to Faizana. Just let this woman's passing be a lesson to you against venturing out without assistance. If, however, you needed such instruction.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm only here because of you guys. I very much would like to be in the library right now.
Yes, well, thank you for your assistance regardless.
Yeah.
She'll just kind of place a hand on you and kind of the glow is not the warm holy light you would have holy tingling feeling. It's cooler, more soothing in the sense that the pain is almost just kind of numbed away.
And then your arm falls off and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
It's it almost
I need that.
less of a restoring light feeling, because you've had healing magic worked on you before.
At least once or twice in my line of work.
Mishaps in your training have led you to get cuts, bruises, burn marks, and the like.
Mm-hmm.
But this is less that kind of that light, warm feeling, and almost as if a cool breeze is passing over your body, leaving you no less refreshed after the experience.
So what does that translate to in game terms?
Your hit points have been recovered.
Okay. Because it's like
It was-
the way you kept describing it is like you don't care about it anymore. You feel better, but you don't actually heal.
It is lay on hands.
Okay.
It just feels different than healing that you're used to.
Do I know? Well, I guess I wouldn't care because it's not. I'm not like a religious researcher. Oh no! Yes, I am. Hang on a second. Well, I didn't roll very great though. That's a 10
10?
in reference to his like particular calling.
You see that he has on his shoulder the on one shoulder the mark of the silver lanterns, the other the symbol of Ravoon. Ravoon the Lightbringer.
So he's
a
light.
god of protection.
Ah, okay. Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense.
The whole of the Fordering's Crossing is a fort kind of it's run by the Silver Lanterns,
Mm-hmm.
almost as like a military way stop. But they come from most of their order hails from Sealdor. where the Lightbringer himself has been basically holds his court. But
Have we been running this wrong?
Zana may or may not have one or both of those markings as well.
it is easily seen on Phazana's clothing, both emblems as well.
Okay, that's just unnecessary shit. That's what.
She is also a soldiery thing.
With that, you begin making your trek back. It's estimated to probably take you a mere couple of hours, about half a day's travel to reach Borisov again, considering that you're no longer combing for a missing person and just heading back.
Yeah, we found the missing person. Good news. Bad news is
we found the missing person. That's good.
She's not coming back with us on her own 2 feet.
Well, that's bad.
Well, she's mostly intact,
Well, that's good.
but she has no pulse.
Well, that's bad.
Exactly.
Halfway through your walk, the paladin gives a kind of a startled noise. As you turn,
She rises up as a vampire and starts nomming on him.
well, he's stood back, kind of hand on his blade, though still sheathed. The woman is been kind of unceremoniously dumped onto the ground.
Whoops. Cat, why? No, stop it.
Prince, you are such a needy ass cat.
Do you have issues with needy cats?
That kind.
He's a needy ass cat. You're just a needy cat.
You are Katon. Oversized kitten.
Kaiju cat.
No, I'm just kidding.
Catchu.
He just, and looking down, just Vantis is staring with a wary gaze.
Something wrong with her?
We shall see. It could have been my imagination, but I thought I felt her stir.
Your world is a vampire.
And a moment passes.
Must have been the wind.
Perhaps so. I've been out here for some time, but this environment is enough to make one's senses play with you.
Indeed.
He will move to scoop the body he dropped
Being abused.
and continuing on.
Help, help, I'm being repressed.
there's a sensation of jostling. A muted breeze. And it feels like your throat is on fire. When you start hearing the shifting of metal and chain and undergrowth cracking underfoot. The last thing you remember is the cracking, is the thunder-like crack of powder expended. And then coldness and black.
So how dead is she?
You smell it's not quite metallic any longer. It smells of exertion. It smells of blood. And you're not entirely sure what that means for you. But you are aware that you're being carried.
Am I compelled towards the smell? With the burning throat and all?
You are you're barely conscious as this is going on. But there is something, a hollow feeling to you that you can't quite explain.
You're empty. You need to be filled like a vessel. Cat? God damn it. You're being annoying.
Are my hands near my gun holsters?
It feels like your hands are in your lap currently.
I will drop my hand that's not pressed against metal if I'm being carried like this.
Mm-hmm.
As if it was just jostled off, trying to feel that my gun is there in the holster.
Make a perception. Actually, make sleight of hand.
Yeah, try to be sneaky. I'm sure we're just going off our passives because we don't know otherwise.
8.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Your hand kind of brushes down. You do feel the... You do feel the brush of one of your weapons. And then there's a sudden dropping sensation as you land hard onto the ground.
Oh, you predicted this. I love it.
There's a long moment of shock from you. Or, shock from the conversation that goes on around you. and in the moment you stand, not stand, but you remain still, unsure of quite the voices of whom has you. But after a moment, you feel yourself being picked up again. And the travel continues.
Sorry, I'm trying to decide which way I want to go with this. I'm not compelled to try to bite this person.
You're not sure what's going on with you.
You're all
I just
sorts
know
of
that I
fucked up.
feel like I swallowed ash and I got dropped. Alright,
Yeah.
then I know exactly what I want to do. As swiftly as I can, I am going to pull my weapon.
All right.
We'll call it a draw.
We will call it a draw. We will also call that an initiative roll.
Just in time. Alright.
20.
20?
Fuck. Alright.
Well, that'll just be
10.
okay. Well, that was mostly just between her and
Oh, for
To see
who?
who wins the draw.
Oh, okay.
you. Your hand kind of flashes down at your flashes down to your hip, where suddenly there's that fleeting, weightless feeling. Less that you're being dropped, and almost that you're being cast away. As in, you were just like kind of
Can I
Open
acrobatics?
arm launch. You can roll your acrobatics.
Fuck, of course. 6.
6. You tumble to the ground and roll a few paces before getting up onto one knee. And the shock of it has kind of almost it has just snapped your eyes open, alert, aware, and looking at this armored figure, sword and shield in hand, as it's drawn back defensively behind his shield.
Do I still have my gun?
You have it up, but it is kind of at your side as you kind of rolled up onto your knee at one point. You see the individuals that you were traveling on the boat with flanking this knightly figure.
Ah, you're awake, I see.
I'll slowly stand and at the same time, in the same motion, put my gun back to my holster. Alright. Well, I know you people. But where are we? And why
I'm behind
do you
her.
keep dropping me?
I'm furiously flipping through a book. This has never happened before. This has never happened before.
There's no words coming from the knight, though he's fixed you with a steely glare that looks like he's trying to decipher you.
I'll keep his stare and just hand hovering above my gun in case I need to go for it again. you two have traveled with before, and that paladin's been hanging around you for a bit, so I don't think I need to shoot any of you, but I'm not really sure what's going on. The last thing I remember is firing my gun.
Well, I certainly wouldn't advise any hasty actions.
These guns are not meant to slay humans.
Well, that's good because I believe. Oh no, Vantis is a human too. I was like, that's good because I'm the only human here. Oh no.
Well, humanoids.
Humanoids.
Technically, berserker raging orcs are still humanoids.
Yep. That's just physics. That's what you get.
Talon. He's got
so
talons.
happy though.
Yep.
Do you want to tell her or shall I?
The paladin's guard relaxes, but he does not stow his weapon. She seems to be maintaining her faculties.
Yes. But
we
if you
don't-
want to know what happened, you maybe check your pulse.
He's telling you that.
I know. Well, of course I'm keeping my faculties. I'm a little bit confused why the last thing I was doing was shooting my gun and the next thing I was doing was getting dropped by you.
That's because I dropped something that should not have been moving.
Will kind of look down at myself.
I mean, you are a little dirty. You notice there is still that strong scent of blood. And looking over yourself, you do notice that your blouse is spattered in it.
Well, I seem to have been in a fight. Now, I'd really appreciate if you put that thing away. I think we'd both agree that around here, weapons aren't particularly made to slay other humans.
Ah, yes.
I would agree with that. Which is why I think until we know how to sort you, I shall keep mine sword drawn. And you're going to have to slap a child.
Oh, you can hear it again?
I'm hearing I'm hearing creaking. That could only be them at the stove. At their play stove.
Oh, good. The play stove. I was about to say,
Yeah,
at
no,
the
they're-
actual stove?
No, they
Oh,
well the
That was my thought too, and I was like,
well
oh,
the stove
shit.
is digital, so we would hear beeping.
Yeah.
Okay, dog, you gotta move again because I can't go through your pin spot.
Nope.
My leg's on fire.
Yay, fire!
That's an issue.
Hey, fake katsu really works.
Oh, yeah, it does. I have to check my leg for hair.
Hey, you know what? If it was that good, I wouldn't.
Do you have Xanathars over there? No, right?
Yeah, I have a Xanathar.
Okay, I just want to look at it for elf names real quick. Because I decided to go way out of left field and make the psionic soul sword an Avarial.
I mean, why not?
Well, yeah. Oh, that's a lot of crying.
Well, that's deserved.
Why does it cry?
'Cause it's in trouble, that's why.
I actually probably should just roll this because it could be a really interesting name. So, once for first name, once for family. Out of a D100,
You might need to mute one of your things.
Who?
You.
Me?
Because I'm hearing you in your mic. I'm hearing your voice in your headset.
Wait, what? Oh.
Shouldn't be. He's
Or-
muted in Discord.
Hold on.
I know I was hearing me from her, because she doesn't have me muted for whatever reason, but...
Maybe that's it.
Like, I'm not hearing you or me from me.
Yeah, I don't know then.
Because I have you muted on mine.
As well you should.
So that's a 79, which makes her... a Shava. Which actually
I
is
like that.
A Shava the Avarial?
No. Shava. Just Shava.
Shava the Avarial.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's actually not a bad. Where did I put that paper? This one. Which is kind of funny, because this was also originally the Kalashtar that I was like, I'm not going to make a Kalashtar. Which was that Sora one. So it's just like, oh. Well, I'm glad to see some things change.
Yeah.
And some things don't. So, Shava. Now, here comes the interesting one. Family name. Either really high or really low. 56. That makes it Leodon.
Leodon?
Leodon.
Shava Leodon?
I like that. I actually like that.
I have a Leodon. I think her first name is Alina.
So Shava Leodon, the Avario Elf Psionic Soul Latharian Hermit.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is a mouthful. But hey, you can now have these back.
Thank you.
And I am now officially done with all of their
With,
shit.
with all the rumor people?
Yes, well, all the rumor people.
Good. Now you just need missions.
Yeah, well, I have missions. And I have
Like,
exactly my
done.
plans for the missions.
I'm talking about done.
Well, yeah. The only thing I don't have is the exact encounter builds. But I have what I want to be done. I just have to basically kind of come up with a few variations.
Well, that's good at least.
Because, yeah, I won't spoil anything as of yet, but I am very much just ripping mercilessly from a particular work of fiction.
Nice.
So, how does the murder go?
She's back in bed.
She was just sitting there playing.
Yeah, just sitting there playing.
Why?
How are we going to solve that, I wonder?
Sorry.
It's fine.
I don't know.
What, just her randomly getting up and playing?
She just doesn't want to sleep.
Sedatives.
She's back in bed. Let's not talk about this right now.
Flintstone gummy tranquilizers.
Let's get back to what we were doing.
Yes, indeed. So,
I'm facing off with the paladin.
you're facing off with the paladin and kind of the people you were traveling with?
Oh, I'm not showing any hostile action.
That's why I say kind of.
But
It's a
at the
tense
same time, I'm
situation.
kind of like, this hasn't happened before. This hasn't happened before. This hasn't happened. Or has it? There's been a record of this. Slightly.
I really don't think you need that weapon right now.
That is not a decision that I think I'll have you be making for me.
Fair lady, you realize the cause for our concern is that you are very much departed. And now you walk once more.
I was done.
To all intents and purposes, yes.
I think I just got knocked around a fair bit. I'm a little rusty.
Your flesh is cold. Your heart doth not beat.
confirmed your passing with mine own hand.
Like I said, check your pulse.
Slowly, Sybil will concede and lift her fingers to her throat.
Several things. One, your skin is indeed cold to touch. In fact, there's a subtle numbness all over your body. You do not have a pulse. And more so, you feel two fresh, or at least somewhat fresh wounds where your pulse would be felt.
Do I recall at all what I was facing, or...
A man with a menacing aura is what you remember, who stood up and was slowly approaching you despite your protests and orders to stand down. Elsewise, it was dark.
With knowing this, I will give the paladin a wary look.
He'll kind of give you... He'll kind of stare back at you, almost with a sense of wondering if you realize your situation yet.
Still,
I think she's a test subject now.
Change your background.
I know, right?
still, I don't think you need that weapon.
Well, you said yourself that the weapons aren't needed for those who are human. And you, fair lady, are not anymore.
If you are fit to walk, I would say you walk ahead of us for the time being.
And
We are not far from the city.
We can do you the courtesy of not allowing him to clasp you in irons. However, we cannot tell him to stow his blade until we are sure about you.
do I know that he's a man of tell?
I have the insignia I can produce if she
Well,
asks.
she
No,
did
I'm wondering if
if
Um,
you know about it.
Here's passive 14. It is a part of your accoutrement.
Yeah.
You would be able to recognize the symbol.
Alright, you I trust. Please don't let him cleave my head off.
I give my word that as long as you follow along with our guidance, he will not strike you down.
Fine.
He kind of gives you a little bit of a look. Just,
I give him like, I got this. I got this.
there is someone I would have you speak with. Brook no aggression against us, and you will...
I'm gonna have to
You
use
will-
up like all the favor I've garnered up to my point just to get her in without everybody stopping us 5 minutes.
You will see them unharmed.
I'll agree to that deal easily enough, as I have no intention of hurting any of you. Clearly, I've put my weapon away.
Yes, but it would appear that you have a new set of armament, regardless of intent to use the weapons of men.
Does she though?
bright blue eyes will just narrow into a glare on him.
Are they still blue?
They are still blue. We agreed on this.
They are eerily blue.
Oh. Like soulful, like a really bright, like a glowing blue?
They have the faintest luminescence to them.
Ooh.
In this low light, they seem to reflect more of the ambient light that does make it in through the canopy.
Yeah, I gotta remember. Well, no, he's human too, so I don't have to worry too much. But I know later, if we're not always traveling with Vantis, I gotta keep light prepared. Just always. Hey, crystal ball.
Alright, I'll lead the way to the city.
And you progress forward. Coming to a bridge that leads you inwards. He will stow his blade at least so much to not garner any undue suspicion, for benefit of the doubt.
Well, yeah, you look a little messy at the moment, but...
You look roughed up.
You look a little roughed up too.
Yeah, I need to see a tailor about my shirt.
Oh, actually, you were just given a pretty terrible bear hug, so
Yeah.
you're fine.
She's like, pop, pop, crack. Oh, that's a rib. That's a lung.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Ow. You are led to the castle grounds.
Just me?
The others are not shooed away. So
come
Okay, good.
it's up to the both of you if you.
I
wish
have to at this point. I just vouched for her, so if I don't, Vantis will be pissed at me.
Maybe. I assume that
Phasria.
Faizana.
Phasana.
new character. Who dis?
Well,
But yes, Faizana's gonna
I don't
continue
know why I
along.
thought it was spelled with a PH.
Because you've been
Nope.
playing too much Metroid Prime.
Faezana.
You were bid to wait in the courtyard.
Oh. But,
The three of you.
oh.
I will keep a respectful distance of the two.
I'll keep a respectful distance from her in case they plan on lining up the firing squad.
They're all tainted!
My hand is still hovering above my gun.
It's glaring at the dead thing.
You're glaring at her?
Mm.
And it seems like you are left alone for a little while.
Did you confirm a vampire in the location?
Yes. Wait. Yes? Yes. Yes. Yes.
Did what? I didn't hear it.
Did we confirm a vampire in the location? I'm pretty sure yes, but I didn't want to make any automatic assumptions. We did fight something that was awfully awful, undeady,
bats.
and he batted, yeah.
From your experiences in lore, fairly safe to say.
Especially considering her now unbeknownst condition.
Everything seems to line up that the thing that you were fighting was a vampire.
Vampira. Yes, so confirmed vampire.
Did you kill it?
I do not believe so. Vantis did a very good job at assailing the creature, but it dispersed into tiny, wicked, rodential forms.
Great, it's still out there. That's actually good news.
Is it?
Yes, because I want the pleasure of killing it myself.
Yeah, it's still around the
Good. Keep that
But-
feeling in your heart. That may be the only thing that saves you or us from you, and vice versa.
I'm from around here. I know these kind of creatures, and I have no love for them.
Quite. But I also do not know the tenuous circumstances that that surrounds a vampire and its offspring, nor how much power he may have over you.
I'm just a mill that got away. I'll find it and kill it.
I cannot hear anything Sam is saying.
Because she
Like
doesn't.
usual.
It's because you don't talk up.
I'm talking loud enough. No, I'm talking in Prince Mike.
Oh. Yeah, we might have to put that in the center.
Well, you know what? I'm a quiet person, okay?
You can be a quiet person. Just be quiet over there. Project.
I'm not in a drama anymore.
Oh, that's funny. Your whole family's full of drama.
Go ahead and repeat for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the last thing I said.
You said
She was
pretty
saying
insistent
that it was
about
a-
you were gonna kill it yourself.
What?
She was referring to the vampire being, quote, alive as a good thing, so that she can have the pleasure of killing it herself.
To which I was basically falling with good. Keep that feeling, because we don't know how much power he has over you, and we don't necessarily want to turn on you or to you turn on us. Ipso facto, ad nauseum.
And I mentioned that I am from around here and have no love of the creatures here.
I don't think I added anything else.
No,
no, we're just continuing the conversation.
We're
Okay.
caught up.
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad.
I wonder if I should just run now and just start hunting the vampire.
I think maybe you learn not to go out on your own if you're not prepared.
Well, I thought I was prepared, but there are some recalculations I'm going to have to do on these things. They don't quite work as I had expected. But that is science.
Going after a vampire with a miniature cannon, that's brave.
They're cannons that I designed specifically for creatures of this area. Let's put it that way.
I just thought a crossbow bolt would be more effective.
Well, then...
Or at least a stake.
Old bow hasn't served me wrong. It works
Well,
pretty
then-
well.
You clearly have never been to Deletion? Delishi.
Gesundheit. But fair enough. No, I feel I tend to keep to this. I frequent this local environ on the regular basis. If so, fact to keep close to the sources of the libraries that I need to garner knowledge from, but also provide knowledge to of any sort of new developments in the terms of the supernatural, the unaware, and the occult, so to speak.
You'll see. Just with a few calculations, some adjustments, they will work just fine.
And if they don't,
Then I keep recalculating. It's science.
you say that word, but I don't think it means what you think it means.
Not a lot of science involved in what's happened to you, though.
That is very much the occult right there, my dear. And I'm not entirely sure if it's reversible.
What's happened to me is a unfortunate setback. It'll be resolved.
I like her spark.
Well, the little puppet's got, well, It is reversible, I will say that. The methods might be a little harsh. Making their way in the courtyard is a well-tailored individual, elven with pale skin and dark hair, and bright golden eyes. He comes walking out in front of you, in front of Vantis, and seems to be flanked by two more of these marbled sentinels. The man walks with kind of a casualness to him. Sybil, you will clock that at his hip, he too has a weapon of similar make. Though his is structurally different, you can identify it as a firearm.
We'll just transfix on that.
Well, don't mind me if I could just get a bit of...
Excuse me.
It's fine. As he just kind of paws at your face for a little bit, checking inside your eyes, just like, all right, now open up for me. Say huh.
Are you a doctor, sir?
Will call me an expert on such matters.
We'll begrudgingly open mouth.
Oh, all right. Those are growing in nicely there. Oh yeah, she's as a doornail, they would say.
Well, we confirmed that much earlier.
Well, yes, but I would say with the way her eyes are, I'd say no more than a day's gone.
That's a pretty accurate guess.
Well, and like I say, I'm an expert on such matters. The man is in a navy kind of a set of noble's robes. There's a white shirt underneath, and
like a poet shirt.
It seems that it might be a poet's shirt underneath, but kind of on the collar is made of still similar material, but is dyed. Whereas there's that navy kind of near black set of robes he carries, the collar of which has been dyed full black with a strip of red around it, fully from just the circumference of it, as well as right to about where it parts, a second strip of red, forming kind of a cross. That it kind of looks like a cross that just wraps around.
Oh.
But from what this gentleman here says, that you've, for better or worse, are still tethered to your maker, yeah?
He's alive, yes, that's what these two have been telling me.
Oh, it's what Mr. Laurentier has spoken to me of. I have assured... Well, we're going to have to get her nibbled pretty quick here, or she might become a problem.
Excuse me?
Well,
Your hunger.
you probably feel like most of your body is right numb, except for a powerful thirst that looks like you've probably drinking straight whiskey for about 20 minutes.
We'll touch throat.
Checks out. I would hazard a guess this is the first time you've been awake since you were killed.
Well, I don't remember being bit. I just remember that one dropping me.
And your firearm going off.
That was before the darkness.
Well, I can't know. I haven't exactly been privy to the attack you were under. I was busy doing my duties around here.
What are your duties?
Oh, well, I am here on behalf of my lord to help keep matters, well, affairs in order here and tend to diplomatic measures and such. My name is Vista, Saint Black. Yours?
Sybil Walker.
Ah. And, I don't believe I've gotten acquainted with either of you yet, although I have seen the two of you about.
Nick Arcaded of the Men of Tal.
Man of Tal, I've heard a little bit about you. And, you, miss?
Name's Faisana. I'm from the Silver Lanterns.
Yes, I see the, little bits. Well, it's good that we're all greatly acquainted. Now, I leave it to our rather stern-looking gentleman here the great question of how upset are you going to be if we get her under control for the moment? Depends on what you had in mind. Well, like I said, she's going to need some nibbles here, and,
She's getting twitchy.
I can see that. Her eyes are a little erratic. They're kind of going...
I don't particularly like to be talked about as if I'm not in the room.
Oh, no, I'll tell it right to your face. You're going to go stir-crazing mad soon.
Great.
You are going to need something to drink.
All right, well, how about a good, strong Al?
I don't know if there's anyone named Al around here. We might be able to fork up a penny.
I have to bite somebody?
Yes, you are no longer...
Well, I mean, that's the most surefire way for being a kind of an...
This is getting ridiculous.
You no longer desire the same pleasures of the mortal flesh as you do.
I wouldn't exactly say that. Not
Sustenance and accoutrements.
Oh, trust me, I desire a beer right now.
Oh, yes.
But it will do nothing for you.
I'm more of a wine person myself, but then again, it really it makes it easy to feel civilized.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, putting a little bit of blood in wine makes you feel like you're cultured.
Can I insight check this?
There's
He's giving me creep vibes.
There's really no need for it, as the three of you can witness. Kind of as that, he kind of gives a grin that do sport a pretty predominant pair of fangs on him as well.
He's the handler because he is also what you are.
All right. Well, this bodes better for me than the paladin back there.
Oh, well, he doesn't quite like my presence here either, but then again, I'm here from a higher authority, and if anything happens to me, well, these individuals will... well, we'll just say they avenge me.
Wait, are these creatures yours?
Yes and no.
The church is such a messy playing field.
You didn't.
Oh, these
make
have nothing to
these?
do with the church.
Oh.
These belong to my boss. I'm just in charge of them.
Hmm.
So they behave you, but you don't. Make
I
them.
have control of them.
Really wanted to meet their creator.
Oh, well, I honestly don't know where the creator is.
Darn it.
In layman's terms, how do they work?
In layman's terms, how would he say they are? They are linked to certain individuals through will.
And all of them are linked to your will.
Currently, yes.
We'll stare at Mage.
Does that mean your boss is your sire?
Oh,
By extension?
no. My, the one who turned me is long since been put in its final grave.
Oh.
I'm just talking about my king is all.
Oh.
My
Well, that's
king is in control of all of them, and he can divvy out,
Permission, so to speak.
yes, essentially. He's one of your kind, in a sense.
I can follow
Big
that.
magey type. Not my cup of tea, but really what cup of tea is mine at this point.
Well, with that being said, how soon can I leave?
Beg pardon?
I want to go after the vampire and kill it.
You're going to want to take a bit of a sit.
I don't feel like sitting.
Let's get down to business
Shut up.
to defeat
Beat
the
the
vampire.
vampire.
That's kind of catchy, but I think we're going to need to work on it a little.
A little bit. But yeah, no, he's gonna have to low-key retrain you now.
You're going to want to get a little bit of work done. Not everyone is going to have... not every one of us has this kind of luxury, and...
Oh, dear me.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
careful the mic first and foremost. And secondly, how much sunlight is in this area?
Well, to be fair, this place is wonderful for us.
It's always like cloudy,
Well,
murky shit.
I'm just
all the
saying,
time.
there's a lot of shadows around here. It's actually quite lovely.
That's why this
Okay,
forest
it
is so
reminds-
infested.
It reminds me of back home, really.
I'm just concerned for her safety because I don't think she's a daywalker, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, technically, there's only one way of really finding out, but...
But I'd rather not if she's not.
Well, she keeps going on about science. It might be worth investigating.
Yeah,
I mean, I
sunblock.
wouldn't mind to check and see how that would work.
Well, I mean, when you first come out, there's... I'm not sure that your lineage is right for it.
How would you know that?
Just saying, the hypersensitivity is not universal for fledglings.
Alright. So
I mean,
can't-
you're not going to be comfortable in the sun, I'll give you that. But it might not be out and out harmful.
I'm not particularly comfortable here either, and we'll give a pointed look at the paladin.
The paladin looks uncomfortable, but he's just kind of observing.
Yeah, he's basically policeman in this case. Just watching for any extreme movements from said criminal.
Didn't do anything.
Freeze, criminal scum.
Yeah, basically.
So how long must I sit down?
Well, we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about how the ins and outs of your new life works.
I guess that would be helpful.
I mean, it's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to like all of it, but you'll adjust in time.
I'm already
And
not
since you
liking
people
any of it.
perceive time differently, I'm gonna go to the library for a couple of days while you do that.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're an attentive sort, we should be able to get through it in the evening. Just, kind of keep the whole thing in mind.
The faster we can get through this, the better.
Yes, I agree.
You don't want to skip on any steps. That's what got you into this position in the first place.
That is quite true, actually.
It was a well thought out, calculated risk. I knew what I was getting into.
Are you bad at math?
No.
A well thought out calculated risk,
Not
and you're
particularly.
freaking pale and cold and dead.
It was. I had to experiment. I was not going to get valid data unless I got out in the field.
I think you would have been better off with a training dummy.
No. I mean. Well. No.
No, yes, no, yes, no.
All right. Well, this is going to be an educational night for us, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to take this puppet here, and we are going to go and have ourselves a little bit of a sit-down dinner.
You say
And
pop it, and I keep thinking pirates. Just
Yes.
like, come here, pop it.
Yep. So we're gonna go and see about this, and I'm sure he's going to have something to say to you. I don't know.
An apology would be fine.
I don't think you're going to get one of those.
I doubt it.
Not in the near future, no.
Vantas just kind of shakes his head.
Not gonna happen.
I hope for your sake that this man's instruction is helpful to you.
That sounds like a threat.
Actually, it's a promise. Remember, my word was only as long as you weren't harmful.
I haven't harmed anybody.
But if you
And
do...
I sincerely hope that it remains that way. For your sake, and for whomever may be falling victim.
I'm not taking victims.
Again, I sincerely hope that this remains true.
I will show you how true it is.
Good. I do not like what has become of you. I think that you were, as you would put, woefully miscalculating your odds. But I do acknowledge that you are as much a victim in this. Foolish as your actions were, you are a victim. And I hope you not remain that way, but I hope that you do not become the aggressor, if you catch my meaning.
I'm not going to run rampant through your town, drinking everybody I can get my hands on. Trust me, I want to leave. I have other things to do.
I think perhaps you are taking my words severely. I do not wish harm upon you, but you'll forgive me casting a wary glance in case the worst should happen. As he put it, and as I'm sure it has been discussed, we do not know how much of your will remains your own, or for how long.
Well, she seems rather willful, so I have high hopes for her.
Perhaps. But as I do not know overly much about the kind that attacked you, I do not know how much control he will be able to exert over you. And right now, I must act with a measure of caution. But I do wish the best for you.
You do as you need, I understand.
Come on, come on. I don't want to be kept waiting. I don't burst into flames, but I don't like the sun either.
Well,
How does she feel? Are we actually in sun right now?
No.
Okay.
alright, well, if he's beckoning me, I'll follow him.
You will follow along, leaving the two of you alone with Vantis. And as the...
I'm sure Batch is just giving me like hella glares, like, what? I think she's gonna do okay for now. At least from the onset, she looks like she's in control of herself. If she proves me wrong, heaven forbid.
Yes, well, seeing as how you are inclined to take responsibility for her.
Oh, I think she's interesting.
I've intrigued the scientist.
Then perhaps you should follow along with her as she conducts herself.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know. I don't know what's allowed in their little rituals.
She seems intent on leaving, and I can't say that I would disagree with the sentiment. When she leaves, why don't you accompany her, seeing as how you're so keen to take a personal responsibility for her actions?
Oh, you mean leaves here? Like,
Yes.
leaves. I mean, I do suppose I have some errands that I need to run for the Men of Tau. I'm not wholly against the idea of possibly being her escort, so long as she doesn't decide to get me knackered
Well,
and then snackered.
then you'll have to be on your guard, won't you?
Oh yeah, you seen how well that guard was earlier.
I was preoccupied, but you do seem to have taken your lumps, as it were.
3 ribs and a lung.
Yes, I'm aware. That will be a lesson for you as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, apparently see to my own business before helping my ally.
You, recruit. What thoughts do you have on this matter?
Fluffy, are you dead?
Well,
Okay.
well, if you are terribly worried about her creator having some sort of control over her, perhaps that is something we should look into, ending that possibility.
Well, I'm definitely interested in researching that further to see if there's ways of, well, if she's able to resist it, if there is such a connection, or altogether if there's a way to interrupt said connection. Knowledge is knowledge is knowledge.
Yes, knowledge is great, but I mostly meant maybe we put a stake through his heart.
That could be a thought too. If that's what she wants to do. Well, pistol him or something. Whatever she calls her little fire sticks.
Pew pew.
Pew, pew.
They're named Pew Pew and Daka Daka.
Gotcha, bad guy.
Well, perhaps you can go about the business of finding where this creature makes its lair. But I would advise against assailing it directly.
Yeah, I think reconnaissance might be the better option there.
I would agree so. Find out where it makes its home, and perhaps we can direct an effort against it. I would assume that the diplomat would not be opposed to us removing a local pest.
Well, I'm sure even if he isn't quite of the same particular persuasion, having to deal with another vampire makes him look bad. Or in terms of like one that's just wantonly turning people, it would seem. So yeah, he would probably like us to eliminate said competition.
He will
Well,
have to... Go on.
I don't have a problem taking on this task, but I've only been here but a couple days. I don't know these terrains. We might need some sort of guide.
That's why I'm here. I've frequented the area a few times. Don't give me that look, Vantus.
I just simply wanted you to explain yourself.
You see, I actually have, because of being a man of tall, I have to actually
travel this area quite frequently to visit the various locations for our library establishments. And since I need to do so on a regular basis because not all libraries carry the same reading materials, so to speak, I end up having to find myself exchanging between our various locations on a fairly frequent basis. So I've made my rounds and I've done my time, and for the most part, I usually have to travel pretty much for the width and breadth of this entire region.
Well, it's good that then there will be a local involved in this.
Nose goes.
No, I'm a local. I'm not here to say that.
We don't
but
know that.
I told him that.
Well, she thinks she's
did.
local too, but
Oh yeah, but I don't. But
I don't know how much of that was sucked out of you. But yes, I'm sure between the two of us, we could probably make our way around the area fairly well.
I'm not here to
That
say
case,
this,
But an
First
extra set of
thing I
hands
would
is always
think-
welcome.
well, in that case, though, the first thing I might think to do is ask the locals and see if they know where these kinds of things might hide.
Caves, crypts.
moving mansions.
I feel attacked suddenly.
Jaculia. Lisa!
Pennsylvania.
Under thick black rolling clouds that just hover over the horizon.
Well, then I suppose we can find yourselves a small detachment that we can. Perhaps we can rustle a horse for you to use on your excursions. I'll see what the lady of the keep will be willing to part with. If you're going to go out to find where this lair is, I'll see what supplies can be spared for your journey. But feel free to question whomever you have around here, whoever is around here left to question.
I'm trying to think. Because we made him disperse. I'm wondering how far he would have to travel before re-establishing himself.
I don't know. I am not well versed in these creatures. All I know is that my blade can cleave them.
Ah, then I will find myself to the library.
Stay within town for now. I will see what allowances I can get for you for your research.
Okay.
I do know that the great repository is within the keep, and the lady holds it closely.
For obvious reasons. Prevents this happening.
Generally. From what I am to understand, her family line has long since dealt with threats such as these. But for the time being, go back to the inn, and I will come and speak with you when I have some form of answer for you.
Oh yeah, I guess it is just the two of us, because she's off having her little vampire lesson. Alright. Because I was about to say, what are we going to do with her in an inn?
I've been sequestered by the weird vampire who got way too handsy right away.
Or he's like, oh, kin, after my own heart. If it's still Pete.
Poppet.
Basically.
How are you?
The gold, it calls to us.
Oh, I do like gold.
And silver. Oh, yeah, his eyes. Yeah, that's right.
But seeing as how it's 1:30, we will call it there.
Yes.
Finally.
I
But
have to work in 6 hours.
yeah,
Whoops,
we've
sorry,
got
Fluffy.
yeah, well, we've got kids to deal with, so yeah, we're in that same kind of boat. But thank you all for joining us. Anybody lurking behind for the the first installment of what would be a long-running campaign. We're gonna be back at you again here, a little earlier because we got a little bit of a late start.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be back here 10:30 Mountain Time on Monday for more of this. I will not be online tomorrow for stream because I am doing the next part of my race against Zappa for Parasite Eve.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm losing.
Oh. What a pity.
It is a pity, but it's fine. Just because I don't want to use a machine gun. But next time you hear from me probably might be, well, at the very latest is going to be Friday night, where we're going to be playing a game of...
I have to prep all my games, so I have no idea. I am
Well, you
terrible
better
at
prep.
this.
I have Friday off, so...
Oh, I do have Friday off. Ooh, I have Friday off.
Do you have Friday
Yay!
off? Did you actually get
I
it
do.
off?
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
So we're just based on that time-wise for when Fluffy and anyone else is...
Do all the games that day. Like 6 games.
Oh god, yes, all of them. Prep everything.
I mean, it would be great, but I know the kids won't let us have fun.
That's one way of
Not
putting
that much.
Oh man, I want to go back to Dungeons and Javas again.
Me too. There's some stuff I want to buy from there when I get paid.
it. Yeah. But we will have Friday... We'll have Friday night dice. Some form of D&D will be played on Friday night. It's gonna be great.
Great fun.
Yep. For anybody hanging around, Friday night, Saturday, basically Friday to Monday night, we have D&D here because ending and beginning our week with nerdy roleplay stuff is always great.
Always.
Always. But that being said, we will bid you all a fond farewell. Enjoy your evenings, nights, wherever in the world you're coming from. Relevant period in your awareness cycle. Because we got to get scientific with it.
Yeah.
But take care of yourselves.
I know I'm trying to get more wordsy. It's kind of hard. I'm not a very good improv, if you haven't noticed.
You're fine.
You're doing great, though.